Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gillis TV back here today. I know it's been a while. Work's been crazy. Went on a family road trip and whatnot. But today we had some news with the Edmonton Oilers. All the coaches, I know Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic and Dolan ETV are covering that. But I saw something very interesting today. We'll get into that in a minute and why it kind of has me mind boggling over the fact that someone would even suggest this. But we'll get to that in a minute. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more Oilers, of course, and or NHL content, as I try to do everything that's breaking news. It's a lot, but I try to do it. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button as we are on our road to 1,100 subscribers. Now let's get into it. I was scrolling through Twitter today, saw a TSN thing and tweet and clicked on it. And it was talking about the Edmonton Oilers possibly acquiring a defenseman would make sense for them. And I kind of was thinking to myself, they better not do this, but we'll go through it. So Travis Yost of TSN posted that it's a possibility that maybe the Edmonton Oilers are interested in defenseman Erik Karlsson. As we know, for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're not in a win mode right now. They're in a rebuild mode, and Kyle Dubas might be looking to shave Erik Karlsson's contract to save a few dollars. Now, if you asked me or told me this back when Ottawa traded him to the San Jose Sharks, I'd be like, yes, do it. Erik Karlsson, 3-time Norris Trophy winner, had a bunch of points. I think 3 seasons in a row he was north of 70. Offensive defenseman, went to San Jose. Didn't really work out. Like, he was still contributing, but wasn't the player he was in Ottawa. And then went to Pittsburgh, and last year he had a okay season. I think it was 50 some points, but was a minus 24. What really got me going was, okay, yeah, you can mention the Oilers in this, but in a sense, where would he fit? How would the Oilers actually make this trade? It would not be easy. And like I said, if it was back, 8 years ago when he became a trade target from Ottawa. Ottawa was selling their whole team at that point, it seemed like. Yeah, okay, maybe I would go after Erik Karlsson, but now I don't think so. He's 35 years old. We'll get into the salary cap here. So he has 2 years remaining on his current contract that pays him $11.5 million. So that's $23 million there in the next 2 years. In order for the Edmonton Oilers to even realistically facilitate a trade, they would have to have Pittsburgh probably retain, I'd say, half of his contract. So let's knock it down to 5.75 there. And that would probably cost the Oilers a first-round draft pick. I would assume Bo Akey would be in the deal because Pittsburgh and Kyle Dubas are probably in the rebuild stage here and could see Bo Akey as a possible, bottom pairing defenseman in the couple years. And it would probably take you a couple picks to retain the salary. So let's just say the Edmonton Oilers did that. Now, the Oilers still can't fit $5.75 million into their cap. They would have to go to San Jose, the Anaheim Ducks, whoever has a lot of salary cap room, and go, here's a third-round pick. Can you take half of it? So now that 5.75 turns into whatever it would be, 2.8 whatever. So 2.8 million. We'll just leave it at that number. 2.8 million we can fit in. But you also have to think about, we'd have to lose a defenseman. And right now I know a lot of people are, Bouchard's getting too much. Nurse isn't worth his $9 million. We're kind of stuck with Nurse after he declined. But they asked everyone who had a no movement clause if they would like to, and only a couple said yes. The others said no. Ekholm is entering his final year. Yeah, okay, makes sense for next year if you want to bring him back after next year at, say, $5 million, $4 million, since he's getting up there. Brett Kulak's on his final deal. Troy Stetcher, I believe, is on his final deal. So there's all the scenarios, but in order for them to bring in Karlsson, they'll have to lose a defender. Well, you can't move Nurse, which the post said maybe see if Nurse will. It won't happen. He's already been asked. you can't move Wallman, you can't move Bouchard, you're not moving Ekholm. The only other options are either Troy Stetcher, Ty Emberson, or Brett Kulak. Now, Ty Emberson just signed a 2-year deal. He's still young. I don't think the Oilers will be interested in getting rid of him for nothing. Now, Kulak, there are rumors that about a month ago that he's interested in re-signing. He's from the Edmonton area, loves playing here, and the Edmonton Oilers love him. So there's that. And I don't think you get rid of Troy Stetcher because one of him or Emberson are going to be your 7th defenseman, and Erik Karlsson's not coming to play 7th defense. He's just not. Now, I did see a couple comments under the post saying, why would we go more offense? And I believe, I asked the same question. If Erik Karlsson's on that 3rd D pairing, he doesn't need to be offensive. We need a defender in there that's a defensive defenseman, kills penalties. That's how he gets most of his time, and plays the 12, 13 minutes 5-on-5 while killing penalties. That's the type of defender we need. I don't think going after Erik Karlsson, like this post said the Oilers could be interested, is the right move. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if it's Erik Karlsson from 8 years ago, hands down, go after him. Not the Erik Karlsson now. He's 35 years old. Other than that, there's not much to say. We could go look at his stats here on NHL.com and see what he did last year. And in the previous season, he had 53 points in 82 games. So on a team that, Pittsburgh wasn't really competitive, but still had players like Brian Rust, Sidney Crosby, Malkin, Letang. Some of those numbers, too, could be just the power play numbers going down with Letang there, too. But defensively, he was a -24. Now, I understand it's a team sport when it comes to the plus-minus, and I get that. I am one of those that believe it's on the team if you get a minus. Their goaltending wasn't the greatest last year. We'll give him that. But still, he is -123 for his career. He has 870 points in 1,084 games. Like I said, he's offensive, which I don't mind. But where he fits in this Edmonton Oilers defense is not where we need another offensive-minded defenseman. Evan Bouchard is very offensive-minded. Jake Wallman, I would say he's more offensive-minded, but he is defensive-minded too. Just the offense comes a little bit more with him. And I just don't see Erik Karlsson coming in, playing top-line power play minutes. I believe he was on the ice for most of Pittsburgh's top line. So you knock those power play points off, which we'll go see how many power play points he did have this year with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And he had 15 power play points. So he had 38 points, 5-on-5 in however many games I said, 82 games. So yeah, he's not playing those first line minutes. I don't know why the Oilers would be interested if they are. It's something that, I could see a team that, is on the edge of the playoffs trying to go for him, like Montreal possibly, or someone like that who made the playoffs last year, just didn't go as far as they wanted. I know the post said Florida too, but I don't know how Florida does that. It'd be a miracle if Florida could get him. But that's everything for me today. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll catch you on the next one.